So we were talking about why some people have money and why some people don't.
Right.
So what's your take on that?
Well, there are a number of different circumstances that can create situations where people have wealth or don't have it in a monetary sense. When we were talking about specifically earlier on was that being conditioned for wealth. There was the book, for example, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. When he had studied, he had a chance to meet with Andrew Carnegie, who at the time was the richest man on the planet, with the president of U.S. Steel. They were both fascinated with human performance and wanted to know why is it some people work so hard and yet things don't seem to materialize, and some people, they always seem to be at the right place at the right time, and that's been termed the Midas touch. The Midas touch, right? Everything they touch turns to gold, right? Mm-hmm. So what he found was that after doing this study over 20 years, it was over 2 decades, was that there was in fact a common link. And the book Think and Grow Rich is the synthesis of that study. But one of the core things that he had mentioned was that you only have that which you're in harmony with. Yeah, and another word for harmony is conditioning. And as an example, we were talking about some professional athletes who've made millions of dollars doing what they do, or somebody who somehow they had some kind of a concept and it exploded and they had all this money unexpectedly, and you see many of them similarly to lottery winners, with not having that much left after a couple of years, and you're wondering, how could you blow 20 million? How could you blow 50 million? How could you blow 1 million? Like how can you blow that kind of money? And apparently it's not that difficult. And for some of them, it wasn't all just squandering. Some of them picked the wrong advisors. And well, how do we go about picking the advisors? Well, there's something has to do with sometimes we don't do due diligence, we don't follow through, we don't ask the right questions, and and all of those things tie into what we've been conditioned for, So the reason why most of us have, as I've been taught, everything that you have or don't have in your material world is a reflection of what's going on in your inner world, and everything is a reflection. So it's great when you're winning, it sucks when you're losing, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, the great news is that you can always shift what's going on internally, so you can turn it into a winning game at any given point in time. And God knows I've been through the financial struggle before. I've been through having to deal with collection agencies before. I've been through all of that. I've been to that time too of making 5-10 grand a week running a direct sales office, and so I've seen the ups and downs, but I began to understand that streaks and slumps are internal, and it all starts with you. A lot of times we blame our outside circumstances and environment for what's happening, not understanding that the internal us is what's shifting, because that's not to say that challenges can't emerge, but how you deal with it and how you respond to what takes place dictates whether you have a complete disaster or have something where you can have something that's amazing that comes out of it, right?